So I'm getting to the end of the Kala Chakra book, The Ornament of Stainless Light. And at this point, I've read, well, the Gnosis chapter was mostly about, um, the bindus, the drops um, in the Avaduti, and about all the different aspects of that and how that breaks down. I've got about like 13 more pages to read or something like that, 16 more pages to read before I'm finished. And I'm kind of just reading it fast, but I started chatting with my guru a little bit. And I really don't believe that very many people actually have a physiological mudra that they use in any way, shape, or form except to make bread and tea. And raise the kids and stuff like that. And then if anything happens, I say, here, I made this for you. Go make something for me. That's Tibetan love life right there. True. Anyway, and you hope that he's telling you the truth. You want a picture in your mind that he made it himself. That really wasn't the case with my husband. But he did become the godfather of my son, so. Anyway, so how does a woman practice this stuff, right? Well, as far as making the drops, it's the same process. It's exactly the same process. It's something that you can do because you don't physiologically have semen dripping from the top of your head and through the central channel, right? You don't really have that. You're visualizing that. It's the same way that you visualize the green winds going in and the blue winds coming out. It's visualization. So a woman can do this the same as a man. But when it comes to the Mahamudra consort, Visvamata or Bensra or Dipta Chakra or Bensra Varahi, they have different characters. You have to generate the energies within yourself to whatever degree that you do so. Different people do. Some people can fill themselves up all the way to the top and be resonating with this bliss energy all the way to the top. Other people can feel it just a little bit at a time, and you can modulate for your own sake. I'm doing it right now, by the way. That you can modulate it for your own sake, how you can carry on with your life or sit outside, or whether you want it to be an overwhelming experience or something that you could do as you're just carrying on with life. But I started out with Bensra Nairatmia because I started out with Hibendra. And I went on with that for a very long time, where I was just unaffected as I could possibly be. When I could be conscious of a situation, I would be unaffected by it. The next step was Kala Chakra, was I'm going to let this affect me. Visvamata, I think of her as Prithvi, as being the stains of the earth. She's the earth goddess. So she is what has affected you. She's your road rash. She's your everything. And then I worked some with Dipta Chakra, who's kind of heavy. And you think about her being very heavy, have you made the threshold of taking this action, which this action is being Bensra Kalaya, being the youthful Furba of going out there and taking some action, blowing up somebody's house with a tornado, being that energy. Are you committed enough to this to lift her? And then now I'm working on Bensra Varahi, which is, having spent so much time with these other three ladies, these other three Mahamudra consorts, that I need to think about, I need to stabilize my life. I need to take back all of the little mouse bites, all of the little witch bites that I have to deal with every day. And that's where Mizra Varahi comes in, is that she is very aggressive. She's got their skull full of the blood of the Maharaj and the wicked, and she's got her knife that she's threatening people in every direction. I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get you for that, I'm going to get you for that. But you've also had the practice of, this doesn't really need to affect me. Okay, it's a stain that I've gotten. It's just part of life. And then there is that, you know, okay, well, I need to take action. I think it's worth lifting this big weight to go do it. And now what are we going to do? What are we going to do? So one of the things about Benzra Varahi is she can whittle things down so that you don't have to summon see, I'd say that she was a big weight because whenever we got to the Dipta chakra part, my leg would fall asleep like something was sitting on it. But she would, so now you want to work those two together. Take as much your daily practice, your daily Kala chakra or your daily chakra samvara practice, and she's chakra samvara, but she's also Yamantaka, and she's also Benzra Yogini. So, and a lot of people do a Benzra Yogini Ganapada or Ganapuja, but I do the chakra samvara with Benzra Yogini or on my lap. And so instead of, Benzra Yogini is kind of like taking off to Kachari. She's staring off into Kachari. So she's a little bit more like, not exactly like Benzra Nairatmya. You're acknowledging, so you've got the two ways, Benzra Varahi or Benzra Yogini. Which Benzra Yogini will take you off to Kachari. You can have it later. You could do another thing. You don't have to act right now. Benzra Varahi is like, she's out there going, okay, so who did you say we were going to take the... well, I like to think about this thing of forfeiture. When people have forfeited things have become unowned. So I keep, opening the treasury of the unowned and giving it to the Buddhas as their power. And I imagine Benzra Varahi is helping to shave that stuff off of people. You forfeited this, you forfeited that, you forfeited this. But my dharma is different than your dharma. So we're all responsible for that. I'm trying to enact my husband's dharma, my guru's dharma, whereas other men might be wanting to do their, and then we have this idea that we need to work on, which is there's males and there's men. And if you haven't attained manhood by some ceremony or another, then you have as much right to your own dharma as I do, which is 0. And that means that I can, if I'm working the dharma asserted by a man, I can talk to you about your forfeitures, even though I'm a woman.